Hi, everybody. It's Dara, and it's been a little while. I don't know, maybe a week. And I felt like making dinner, and I feel like communing with you guys. I need to shut the aromatherapy diffuser because it's making some noise. Hold on. Extra excess noise bothers me. I tend to be noise sensitive, light sensitive. When we eat clean, we start to get sensitive about all kinds of things: energy, people's energy, OPE, other people's energy, sounds, noises, lighting, whatever. But it's good to be noticing our environment, noticing how we feel, noticing what makes us feel good, noticing who and what drains our energy. So next time you hang up the phone with someone, notice if you, in fact, feel drained. Next time somebody leaves your presence, do you feel drained? Consider making the time with them to be maybe less or bits of pieces. I do have people I have loved in my life that have been somewhat, as Judith Orloff would call, an energy vampire. They don't know they're doing it, but you know when you're somebody's lifeline, you know it. So there's a particular person in my life, and I don't really have many or any, but who I can sense needs my lifeline. I'm back. Hi, Patty and Karina. We're going to chop some veggies, and we're going to make them raw. We don't know yet, but I know I have cauliflower. I know I have cabbage. I have these gorgeous carrots that I got today. I have purple onion, kale. Do you have enough? Can you see me? I should pull the camera back a little bit. And I have red pepper. And last night I made this dinner. It was so easy with coconut oil, sauteed onion, fresh garlic chopped, and then I put in pepper and cabbage and kale and celery and cauliflower, and it was a medley. And so I love a veggie medley. And what I want to say is that, do we need to fix it? Because you can't see. Let me scoot it back just a little bit. Everything looks weird behind me. I think I could focus on making everything look a little prettier, which I need to tend to. I've been busy doing a lot of creative projects. I've been really busy working on the Doobie universe. Let's see how we can make this. Thank you for the thumbs up. There we go. Okay, so I had Laura B. I have been so busy doing passion projects, doing the Doobie universe, working on some feng shui information for you guys. I'm going to do a master class on it, and I have so many things I'm excited about. And I started to work out a little bit, and I don't know, just the day goes by, and I really. There's things you always want to do, always things I want to do around my house that sometimes you just don't get to. And then it's like a luxury when you have the time, the inclination, the funds, maybe some help, maybe somebody to help you decide if something is important to do and what's the most clever, what my mom and I used to call cheap and creative way to do it. What's the best way to handle it? And she used to say that sometimes the least expensive ways. Necessity breeds creativity, and throwing a lot of money at something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better. Sometimes it's just these little fixes or little paint jobs or a little wood placed somewhere that just changes everything. And so I have great design sense, but I love to commune, like my mom and I communed, and we'd share each other's ideas. We'd share ideas. And that's really fun. So remember, we don't have to do everything ourselves. Sometimes we could be really good at something, like maybe guiding someone else, but we need somebody else to see us and help us. And that's a human design thing. So go check out Jenna Zoe's site, myhumandesign.com. And know your human design, know your north nodes. That's all up on my website. To know your dharma, to know your life's direction and your joy. And to know your shadow, it's encoded in your south node. And then you can just do little things daily. Like I know, making food, eating beautiful food, having beautiful things around me, wearing fabrics that feel comfortable, and having nice scents. I have clove and sweet orange going. So I'm going to just chop some veggies, and I wanted to also talk with you guys about durian. This has been defrosted. This is from Miami Fruit. Super decadent to order from them. I tried their durian to see how it compared to the market, the Asian market where I used to get my durian, and this durian is, oh my gosh. And so what I do with it is you can eat it right off the pit, but I like to blend it with my fresh almond milk that I make with spring water and maple syrup and vanilla. And so vanilla and almond milk with this is heaven to me and to my daughter. We love durian. Some people cannot stand, they can't get past the sulfur smell. Some people smell just the sweetness and they're not that tapped into the sulfur. Some people like me smell both, and then I choose just to know the flavor is so unique and creamy, and it's got such a fine, delicate to me flavor that you cannot compare with anything else. So I feel super excited, and that will be kind of like a dessert. So Miami Fruit sells frozen durian. You can also get the pods. You can buy the fruit frozen, which is the whole fruit, or you can buy pods and maybe at your local Asian store. And I highly recommend it because it's got vitamin C. I think it's really good for your skin because of the sulfur, and there's like an aphrodisiac quality to it. It makes you feel love, like it literally makes you feel pure love. So this is off the subject, but where do I purchase my hing? Hing is also known as asafoetida, and it is here. I think there's like one main kind. This one's called LG. And this is what it looks like, and you need the teeniest amount. And this is really good to remember. Hing is designed, I don't know if it was designed this way, but it helps reduce bloating and gas from eating beans. So this is a really, everything in Ayurvedic Indian cooking is so designed to be delicious and medicinal. So I am a big fan of hing. Go to your local Indian store or look online. I got mine at Sweets and Spices, the sweetest Indian store, that when I go there, I feel all the love vibes. I have Venus and Jupiter in India, and I feel I visited Mumbai on my Venus line astrogeographically, and every time I talk to my friend Jugal, every time I make Indian food, make a chai, hear some Indian music that comes on my playlist, I feel the love. So know your astrogeography. It's all on my website. I love tangential questions because I am completely always going off on a tangent. I think I'm going to do something and I do something else that makes me happy. I'm going to peel this carrot. And I did make, hi Tony, mung bean soup. Ooh, yes, that's lovely. So we do have here, I used my almond cow for, and people always ask me if there's sediment at the bottom, and there is. And do I mind it? No, I don't. I either strain it out if I need it to be finer, or I just, it just ends up being a creamier situation, whatever I'm using it for. So this is going to be so beautiful. And what I do is I use this for the durian pudding. This one has walnuts because I happen to have soaked walnuts. And I'm going to show you guys how I make my beautiful, I put maple syrup, I put vanilla, cinnamon, sage. I feel so decadent when I feel the healthiest when I regularly am making my own nut or seed milks, because I'm using spring water. There's no carrageenan. There's no additives to make it froth better other than I'm going to add some cashews. There's nothing like added so it can be boxed for a long time, and it goes bad quickly, and that's really how our food should go bad. We want our food to go bad. We don't want it to last forever, like that McDonald's hamburger that was in somebody's closet for 8 years, 20 years. So we have some cashews. We're going to have some salt. We're going to have I like to put some cinnamon for sure in it. But I think vanilla with durian is the very, very best. But I like a little bit of cinnamon in this milk, just a little bit. Cinnamon helps balance your blood sugar. Cinnamon is also an aphrodisiac. I'll put a little bit of sage in if it's handy, which it should be handy, which it is, because as you know, I take washi tape and a Sharpie and I mark all the top of all my things. And if you're looking at your spices this way, then you want to have the label here. Most people are not looking down at their spices, so most people will need to have this really clearly labeled. And make sure your spices are current. They go bad, so use them. Go crazy. A pinch of salt, and we're going to blend. And then I might as well blend some durian in here. Nutmeg. Yes, I added nutmeg last time. You were so right. Oh, you're just great. I did have nutmeg in my last one. So let's do it. Love it. Oh yeah, nutmeg will make you feel high if you have, forgive me, I'm like, if you have too much. No, I'm not going to put in too much, but it really can alter your state of consciousness. And then we're going to blend, and then we're going to take some out and add some durian in. And then I'll refrigerate the durian because I promised my friend Eric, who you guys met last week, he's coming over to do some work with me. And I told him about durian, and he's never had it. So if someone's trying durian for the first time, you please want to serve it to them so super cold, so that the warmer the durian, the more it smells. And it's so smelly, really, that it is banned in some public places in Indonesia. Literally, they'll have a picture of a durian and a red circle with a cross through it. It's my dream to be in durian land during durian season. Not under the trees, because durians could be 20 pounds and they can kill you. But hard hat or standing next to where they come down or just near a market is fine with me. They say when the durians come down, so do the sarongs. It's like that kind of love vibe. Pinch of cardamom. There you go, Isabella. I'm digging that. I'm digging it. I love requests. Oh yes, a pinch of cardamom. And you know I have whole seeded cardamom, but I also have the, feel so good about using my spices. Cardamom actually is kind of like serves as a laxative, so you have to be careful with the amount. Cardamom and chocolate pair really well together. And cardamom is used in my chai. It's a durian smoothie. It's going to be a durian pudding. I'm going to take out, I like to make it thick and pudding-like. The consistency is like baby food. And my daughter freaked out the other day. She's like, Mom, this is the best food. It might be my favorite food in the world. And I felt so heartwarmed that my daughter, too, loves durian. If I were back in the raw food days, you know, when everybody made their names like David Avocado Wolf, there was someone named Pineapple Head. It was always like a raw food name. I was sure mine would be durian. So thank you. Let's blend. I do want you to know that I titled the video, "The Veggies Don't Pay Me," because the veggies don't pay anybody to talk about them, which is why there's not a lot of talk about veggies. Like with all this health and everybody worried about our health and safety, where's the, hey, up your greens, hey, don't eat processed weird things. And I don't call it food, it's just processed weird things. And hey, let's not use chemicals in our home to clean our homes, because not only are they going to be ingested into our bodies, they'll be ingested into our beautiful soil and nature. So all those aisles with all the crap chemicals, we don't want it. All of the chemicals put in the food and the processed food that is not nutrient dense, we don't want it. I'm preaching to the choir. I know you guys know, but it's a reminder to like pass it on. You know, and so the reminder that what is being pushed out there, if you know what I mean, is not in our highest good. And I stand for truth, and this is truth. The truth is that we want to be balanced. We don't want to have to end up taking pills that someone tells us to take. We want to, it's going to be a little too much. I want less. want less in here because I want it. We got things going on. I have like a matcha from Air One. I timed it perfectly. Cheryl Lee, you just put your son to bed for his nap. Hi, sweetness. Oh, now you can watch. We're hanging out. Drink some. Thank you. I have so many liquids. I have like gynostemma tea. Oh, I could put it in there. I have matcha, which I didn't drink the whole thing. I just wanted a sip of it. And I'll drink some. So good. Gynostemma is a green tea that has no caffeine. And it's really, it's got a twang, but it's really one of the best things you can drink. I'm sorry for all that noise. Let's see if I can. Can you still hear me? Tell me if you can hear me because I just shut the volume on the computer and it should be fine. The veggies pay us in health, but nobody's paying anybody. Like the cauliflower growers are not pushing veggies out. They're not getting paid. Companies that are making a lot of money are doing a lot of advertising, and it's usually not in our highest good. So we want to, okay, good, you can hear me. So we really want to make sure, I'm going to get another little jar for this. Because then I could always add more. If you add too much liquid to a super smoothie, you can't go back. It's hard to go back, so you have to keep filling. But you can always go back to, I'm doing so much at once. It's multitasking. You know I am not getting one of those. No way. Ain't happening. Mr. or ma'am. No, I have not, nor do I want to. And anybody who's been following me for all this time should not be surprised. Because laughter, love, turmeric, greens, vitamins, getting your blood checked, making sure that you are not inflamed so that all your beautiful white blood cells that are needed to fight. I mean, literally, it's so hard for me not to just eat this right now. And it is a strong smell. But I can eat the fruit off the pit once I peel it. But I will tell you, this is like, I could easily just eat this whole thing, scarf it down. But we're going to have, now we don't want the durian pits with the food. And if you are, this is such a familiar smell. It's sulfury and it's not for everyone. And it could turn somebody off. I've seen about how awful durian is and it's scary. And then you're going to be prepared. But I'm telling you, it's just a fruit and it literally makes you feel like love. Raw foods are anti-inflammatory. Yes. What does it taste like compared to? Oh my gosh, it's almost like it has, it's creamy. The consistency is out of this world. And these really need to be sucked on, these pits, because the fruit is not coming off of them, but which I will do when I hang up the phone with you guys. But basically it tastes, some people have described it as a little bit oniony, but it's sweet. I'm happy to hear, Tony Doll, that most of your relatives are not participating in having something foreign that has not been tested to be. And I know there's people who are so pro, and that's fine. You go for it. Like, I don't feel like everybody can do what they want. If you need medicine, you take it. If it's your medicine, it's yours. We shouldn't be forced to, and our children should not be forced to. That's my thing. So where are you, Cheryl Lee? I love to keep up on the latest. I don't watch any news. I have a beautiful person in my life who reports in on where has the most rules and where is the most free and what kind of rules there are and keeping abreast of things. I do not stick my head in the sand. I do know what's going on, but I will not be, like, I would choose not to travel. And you guys know how much I love to travel. So if that were the case, that's fine. I'm going to have more videos to make from home, more connecting with you guys. Okay, I gotta lick my fingers. It's a delicacy, flat out. Australia. So you can't fly with a particular airline if you don't have the thing that they are making us get, but it's not out here yet. So you can't fly now or you can fly now. I'm pretty sure the borders were closed to Canada, Australia, the UK. Okay. I mean, if somebody walked into my home right now, they'd be like, wow, that's powerful. Okay, so I don't think this is going to be pudding-like, but it's going to be delicious. I got to add some vanilla. Let's add some fresh ground vanilla, which is super rare, but I have plenty because I bought like a pound of it at one date many years ago, and it all of a sudden vanilla beans became scarce. It made me want to be a vanilla bean farmer. You can go within Australia, but not out of Australia. It's mind-blowing to me. Like, I still can't wrap my mind around it, and I still am mad about it, really, truly, because I just am. But I believe something bigger and greater is happening. A lot of bad things are being exposed. Everybody was too busy running around and not noticing that which they were doing that was causing them dis-ease in their lives, stress in their lives, or just dissatisfaction. So many people were going in the trajectory of like, yep, it's making me money, or yes, I have to do this, or yes, I need, or this is what I'm doing, and they've had to stop. And a lot of people, and not all, have stopped and said, I need to redirect. I need to redirect. I need to do what my heart wants me to do. And those people are flourishing. I like to remind everyone that in Mendocino, my friend Matt told me that a month or two before I was there, someone opened up a healthy donut shop. And by 1 o'clock, all their donuts are sold out. So like, we still can, human spirit can rise up. And that's what I want to say, and that we can be brave and take a look and speak about things that need to be spoken about, so that, you know, we're giving attention, not just ignoring them, saying this isn't okay. And structures that have been in place, we're really starting to see them turned inside out, right? Police force, or and the political system, or schools. Like, never mind that what they're doing now in public schools, were public schools really efficient? Was that the most efficient and loving way to teach our children? No. So a lot of this is being looked at. Your mouth is watering. Tony, you like durian too? This is going to be a little too liquidy, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be okay. The tonics book is so good. Can I ask you a question? Tell me if you think the tonics book is a little bit overexposed. On my computer, it's very, very light, but I think my computer is very light. And I need to know if Lisa, the artist who took the photographs and laid the thing out, if I need to know if it needs to be darkened. So if you could tell me and report back. Kate. My teacher husband may end up quitting after 15 years. I'm sad for him, but maybe this is a good thing. So if I were having a session with him, I'd say, well, there's so much room for you to educate, to do it in a new way, to join in with the people who are starting new situations for children, and there's so many of them. So stay tuned, because when I come across people starting schools or having schools, or there is a new way to educate children, and he's needed. And it just won't be in the same structure. Much like, I mean, the children are still there, their minds, but maybe there's a new opportunity, a new way that will be even better. Less rules, less by the book and more by the spirit, less by the book and more for the individual child, which is something I've felt so forever and a day. When I was little, I was like, why aren't they letting me just be the artist that I am? And why am I spending so much time learning something I'll never use? And I literally believe it's been like teaching. It's easy for them to have everybody sitting in a desk. It's easy for them to have everybody on this clock, on the schedule. Nobody notices if a child's attention wanders and then they're lost forever in math. You know, like, what about teaching? I was such a visual learner. Hearing stuff would just go in and out. So I think, Kate, there's so much opportunity for him to band together with parents who need teaching in homeschooling kind of arena. Getting phone calls. Hang up the phone. Okay, let's blend. Let's see how consistent it is. I think it's very, very thin, which I do have another packet of durian that I'd have to defrost, but this is actually a nice way for someone to try it. And a little bit, I'll pour it into a little jar and then I'll chill it. And when he tries it, it will be this is durian, smelly, but when it's cold, it's less smelly. So I will chill it. I'll taste it first. And then we're gonna move on to dinner. It's delicious. See, it's good. It needs to be sweeter. See, so you guys band together because there's an opportunity, and since everything's done virtually, he can teach virtually. You can meet in parks. You can, I've spoken to Montessori school teachers who are kind of glad for the break because they wanted to even do it more individual for the children and more free, the teaching. So, okay, on your screen, the pictures in the book look great. That's so great, Isabella. I thought so. I hope the education system can make the changes, but if the traditional education system doesn't make the changes, you can choose to participate in something unusual, something Aquarian, something new paradigm. Saturn crumbling, Aquarius, the rebel. Saturn's like the old dude and the red tape and tried and true and structure. And the more structure stands and the more like a fresh new school is fresh. And then through the years, they'll have more rules and more rules. And Saturn, by the time it has like rings around the tree, it ends up being like Saturn. And something that was new a long time ago becomes old. And so the Aquarian, the Uranus vibe, somebody who has a lot of Uranus energy can go in and say, okay, dude, I get the way that's done, but there's a whole new way, and let's do it this way. So I've not heard of the Muse School. Sweets. My sweets. I have to see even if Eric's coming. I didn't look at my phone. Maple syrup. I would wish this had a little more durian. It would be sweeter and wouldn't need the maple syrup because durian is very sweet. And we thought we were going to be making dinner, and all I've eaten today was fruit. I think I had sapote, black sapote with, that's this. So unripe, it's hard. This one's getting ripe. When it's ripe and ready to eat, you literally can squish your fingers into it. It has the thinnest skin and the blackest chocolatey looking fruit. And it is the texture of a sweet potato, a soft, very moist, very, very moist sweet potato with a faint chocolate flavor. Mine today had a faint chocolate flavor. The ones I had before, I didn't notice it. I don't have yogurt, but that's a good idea to thicken this. So this is dessert for me or dinner. I'm like a fruitarian kick. My daughter and I were looking at Miami fruit. We were like looking at fruits to roots. They're in Ghana and they're all about the fruit and you can order from them. It's a little decadent to order from so far away, but a little bit of durian goes a long way. A little bit of durian love. It's a chocolate fruit. So people do think it tastes like chocolate. This is good. There's nobody that wouldn't like this. I used to have tons of, I had an extra freezer to keep frozen durian. That's how much I love it. And I would have, let's say David Wolf back in the day used to come over with a bunch of people and we'd have a raw food party. I would make jars of this durian pudding smoothie. And people said it tasted like a vanilla chip a vanilla chocolate chip, like Oreo pudding. So I have to get a top for this. I'm going to refrigerate it. Does your tonic book have tonic for inflammation? I'm going to say to you that you can make any tonic, but especially ones, if you add turmeric, you can add fresh turmeric, blend it in. You could add turmeric powder. You could add, I would have nettle if I were you. I would do a tonic. Yes, I have a nettle-based tonic, but make nettle as the base, and then do the tonic herbs that are good for you, and have some turmeric in there too. Vanilla Rose Beauty. Oh my gosh. I would love to see that. So this is going to go in the fridge. And I think I have, yeah, I'll heat up the quinoa from yesterday. And we'll have a veggie medley. This can be raw, a lot of it. And I don't know what else I need to do other than I just wanted to connect with you guys. Hi, Ellen. You're just in time. We made durian, frozen durian from, it's a love fruit. It's a durian party. It literally used to be durian parties at my house, and it's come back into my life, and I think it soothes my soul. You know, like chocolate makes you feel love. This is like my love. But chocolate will do that too. And I was talking with a friend who's like, oh, I'm having chocolate and it has caffeine. And I was like, yeah, but maybe it's the amount of chocolate, because really in pure chocolate purist, raw cacao with a little bit of hot water in cacao ceremonies, you're not having the sweetener. You don't really want to eat or drink that much of cacao when it's just pure cacao and nothing else, nothing creamy, nothing sweet. You just have enough so that you get the medicine of the cacao. And I think that I'm interested in starting to have cacao nibs blended with hot water and just a little sip of it as like a lift. And that's kind of as a heart opener. That's what it can be used for. Don't mind me. This is really, you could never waste this. It's my favorite food. I think the way I make it, but fresh straight off the pod, that it was good too. So we made a durian pudding smoothie, and then we're going to make dinner. I gotta go now. It's insane. So glad you're doing live videos like this all the time. Hi, Kitchen of Savannah. They really help me not overthink what I'm eating. I just channel my inner Dara and end up with a delicious meal. That's why I show up. That's why I don't worry about planning before I start, because I'm like, it's all good. You're really just chopping, you're chopping veggies and you're putting some kind of sauce or dressing with them. It could be as simple as olive oil, lemon juice, and salt. You could add nutritional yeast for a cheesy flavor. You could add mustard and honey. You could do, there's so many different things. You could do an Indian spice thing, but it's really all about the veggies. It's all about chopping the veggies, loving your veggies. I mean, these colors, hello. If you are where you eat, I want to be this. And then, it's not about deprivation. You just make one thing. If my friend's coming over and I only have chopped veggies with quinoa, he's fine. But if I do chopped veggies with quinoa and a romaine salad, great. And then after I serve dates with nut butter and a tonic or just a cup of tea, great. Sapote with coconut cult yogurt, great. There's so many ways to start the party. I don't know if he texted. I don't think so. So he's probably not done with work. Yeah, I didn't hear from him. Okay, well, party for us, and we'll see. I've listened to my reading with you a few times over the past week. Cheryl Lee, really, that's so nice to hear. Did you garner new information? What is the biggest, most standout thing from our reading that you felt? For those of you who don't know, I do guidance sessions. Where to be, what to do. We're literally where to be and what to do. I mean, you just have to take the time. And like I said last time or some other time, just worry about making one dish. It's amazing. Thank you. Just make one dish. And your dish can only, it's just maybe these 3 things and some greens. Chew with love. I say procure with love. Prepare with love. Chew with love and enjoy the after. Even clean up with love. I really look at it as like a privilege and a pleasure. Sometimes I'm so tired of the dishes. I'm never tired of making food, ever. But sometimes I'm like, oh, it's going to mean a full sink again, and I'm just a glorified dishwasher. And then I remind myself, and Eric and I say this, he's been saying, he's like, I just feel so good after I eat your food. Like, I just feel good. It's not the same. Like, you could go to the highest of the high places, Erewhon Cafe Gratitude, which I love. But there's something about the food at home here that just has a lightness to it. And so it's worth how you feel. It's worth the extra cleanup. You know, you could really feel so proud of yourself. The Bali info you explained was like you explained what I was feeling. Cheryl, remember to send me a picture of you with whatever updates. To keep me informed. When I see your face, I remember your everything. And I remember we were talking about Bali. Do you want to tell me what line so it comes back to me? You don't have to right now, but I've really been helping people like just get to their next level. And so many of us are shifting. We have to shift. We have to shift. So many people are realizing that they were doing things that just weren't working for them, and people are going for their goals. They're going for their goals, their dreams, their loves, what really lights them up, and I'm seeing it daily. It's a willingness to change, a willingness to grow, a willingness to rise, a willingness to vibrate at this colorful level. Oh, I already did cauli. We'll do one more cauli. I want cabbage. I want the purple cabbage. And, you know, if you serve raw food, it just takes longer to chew and longer to chop because you really have to cut it smaller than if you're cooking it. It's a little more time consuming, raw food, but in the end, is it really? Like, there's no dishes to wash. This can all go in a bowl. I don't have to wash the saucepan. So, and I could do something where this is raw fusion, where I take ham, coconut oil, garlic, onions, could be mushrooms, maybe not. And then that all cooks. You have the cooked flavors, and then you toss in with the raw food, and then you just have this, you have the living enzymes of the raw food and the fiber intact and all the hydration, because cooking does take some hydration out. And you find that you're much more alkaline, calmer, peaceful, more happy when you eat raw food, but you're also more hydrated. I'm just going to use the whole pepper because, like, what's really beautiful too is, let's say Eric doesn't come and I just eat like a quarter of this. This uncooked, just living in the refrigerator, could be cooked tomorrow or eaten raw. So how nice is it to chop food and have it on the ready? Then there's really no excuses. You have this in a Pyrex bowl, you drizzle gorgeous olive oil on it and some salt and some garlic powder, and there you have a party. I could put in the food processor. My food processor, after like 20 years, the carafe broke. And so I have the base, and I'm trying to decide if I should buy a new base for like $150. Sorry, not base, the carafe. Or I should spend more money and get a fancy new processor. I have a huge problem with throwing out things that work. I can't, it's useful. It still works. So you guys help me decide. There are processors that are so amazing now. I mean, they peel potatoes. Not that I eat potatoes or need potatoes peeled. I kind of like the skin, but there's fancier processors than my 14-cup Cuisinart processor. But I think now I'm talking, I should just get the carafe and be done with it. But was eyeballing, I forget what kind. It may have been Breville. I've always had a Cuisinart food processor. My mother always had one. I'm sure there's been great advances since we were using hers in her kitchen, and mine was given to me, and it's just a great machine. So I commit this law. So yeah, I need a food processor. I'm living without one. I mean, I love to process kale in it. Let's put this away. I think I'm gonna do what I said, which is tonight requires another cutting board. So I do want to have, I know why it smells in here, because I have the durian pits just sitting out, smelling up the joint in a really good way that makes me happy, but probably not a guest. Okay, so we're gonna cut the onion. These are Nature's beeswax wraps. I do not use saran or tinfoil. Okay, I hardly use paper towels. I use little washcloths. So what we're gonna do is saute some onions and some garlic, and then toss that coconut oil will be the dressing. It'll be beautiful with lemon juice, and we'll have kind of like a cooked feel, right? Your partner listened to it. He said it's like Dara has read your mind. Oh, Shirley is talking about a session. My partner listened to it. He said it's like Dara has read your mind, and she knows you by what she explained. That's so beautiful. Tell him hello for me. I had to wrap my garlic. The refrigerator was like smelling like garlic, and I assumed these were the culprits. I assumed. They're stinky and amazing. This is the home of like beautiful smells and colors. No matter what, everybody, you need to eat. And no matter what, if you want to be your highest of high, you're going to eat pretty much plant-based. I'm not saying everybody needs to eat like me, but if a high percentage of your diet has a lot of greens and veggies and color and different phytonutrients, it's going to be a good thing. And you'll see, you'll feel better and think better. And right now, we got to stay awake. It's really weird and not right what all the censoring that's going on. I'm mad about it. Yeah, I don't like all the rules, and my friends can't travel, and they can't come to see me, and I can't come to see them, and people can't see their families. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to pull out my favorite coconut oil that's butter flavored. Don't ask me how it tastes like butter. Don't even know. Not sure what they put in to make it organic vegan. I don't even want to know. I like it so much. All right, so in goes the garlic and the onions. I compost all of my scraps. There's a company called Compostable LA that picks up my scraps every Thursday. Big bucket. I fill a bucket. Just one little person like me fills a bucket of organic scraps, and then it goes to a farm in the valley. No, we don't want the rules, and we don't want mandated you-know-whats. I know some people are very excited to have them, but they don't know what happens. Because anybody who talks about what happens after gets taken down from social media. Anyone that's trying to protect people or educate people, they're coming down. Robert F. Kennedy's site on Instagram came down. It didn't just come down, they took it down, you know? And that's just unconscionable to me. So, we're going to have a little kale. 2 leaves of kale. And I fold it. And then sometimes I slice it like this. And then I do my slicing. So it's already in little pieces. When you cook it, it doesn't matter so much. If it's going to be raw, all of this should be chopped a little smaller. So this might all end up getting flash steam sauteed. Just flash sauteed to take. I kind of like kale blended or food processed in the processor to break down the enzymes. So I wouldn't mind throwing the kale in with the garlic. It kind of takes away the digestive enzymes that make it harder to digest. So it doesn't take away the digestive enzymes. It helps you digest it better. So I'm going to throw this in after that cooks a little bit. Yes, watch the high wire. So he got taken down off of Instagram, Del Bigtree. So where are you watching him on his? Yeah, someone sent me the link. So that's the latest. I watch Aaron at the Health Nut News. Me too. I feel better too, which is why I'm only going to flash steam the kale, and everything else is going to be raw. So in My Human Design, and to know your way to digest food, go to myhumandesign.com. Jenna made a beautiful site, and I'm about to do her teacher training. I'm super excited. There's ways that you digest food, and the way you digest food will help you digest life better. And I need hot, which is why when I was 100% raw, I always had hot tonics, hot tea. Like I feel nervous if I'm not able to have a hot drink. Like I will take a tea kettle on a camping trip. I have to have my hot liquids. So cooking the onions and the garlic satisfies me playing with fire over there, and having a hot drink after dinner makes me really happy. So you can find out how you best digest. But I love raw food. I think we need raw food. It happens all the time now. I mean, it's insane to like a grown, beautiful man like Robert F. Kennedy to be taken down is like, there's a Yiddish word called shanda. Okay, so shanda is, and I'm gonna just toss this in, okay? It's not getting cooked, but it will be coated, and we'll put some salt, and it's gonna be so simple. I'm doing it one-handed. Shanda is a shame. It's a freaking shame. And anyone with sechel, I love Yiddish words, by the way. I knows that we better be looking around and saying what, like just the mere fact that cigarettes were not only allowed but allowed by the government, and it was known for years that it was bad. Like we can't really go to the government for our health. We can go here. We can use Western medicine in times of emergency, in times when we need it. But I really look. So we want to be able to speak. What if they didn't allow me to talk about fruits and vegetables? I mean, that could be like, this is the answer. This is rebellious. Lowering your cholesterol, not with you know what, but with this, right? So we need salt. I've been on my soapbox, you guys. But it's part of my human design. I got opinions, and I'm supposed to speak them in my very diplomatic way, of course. Thanks for enlightening us about the colors of the day. I've been wearing colors of the day since March. Yes, my friend Kelly introduced me to it years ago, and I wasn't able to let go of it. The second I heard about it, I was like, it makes so much sense. Today's Venus Day. I'm wearing Venusian heart-based tourmaline, pink tourmaline and emerald. And this was made by Infinite Love Designs. It's a little crystal in a little pouch, handmade with little seed beads, the teeniest little seed beads you ever did see. So check out Infinite Love Designs. And this is so simple. I'm sure that we might want, I'm fine with it. It's great. If you add lemon juice, it makes it more like a salad. If you don't, you get like a garlicky, savory thing, which just makes me happy. I could add raisins to this. I could add cranberries. I could add a tinge of maple syrup and some lemon juice if I wanted it to be flavor balanced that way. I don't need it. Wouldn't it be great if I had a small... Wait, somebody needs to put that on my list of things to do. You know what? I can do that. They do that on Tastemade and all different cooking shows. They have, they just have a burner. I could plug in a burner. But you know what? I really like fire. Like, I don't want to cook on an electric burner. So I know. So once you know about the days of the week dressing, meaning today is Venus Day, Venus rules Fridays, Saturday is, I'm going to do like an ebook or something. And Saturn Day is the day when the planet Saturn rules, and you wear black or navy or browns, and you're earthy and you're grounded and you do structure and you accomplish something. And so once you know the days of the week, and they're all on my Instagram in my highlights, like I show outfits, it's Jupiter Day, Thursday, it's what I'm wearing, Monday, Moon Day, so you can look and it's all there for you, the information in my highlights, Dara Dubonnet. And once you know it, if you try on Tuesdays on Mars Day, and you try, it's a day for red. If you try to wear light blue, you just feel weird. Like, you just feel weird. It's so funny. And Sunday is all about the sun, white and gold and yellow. And if I wear blue on Sunday, I'm like, so I'm a rebel, something to put on a t-shirt. Yeah, that's a good one. That's, yeah, a rebel. We all need to kind of be rebellious right now, because what we're being told is crap. And what we're being sold is, and yeah, Robert F. Kennedy got banned, like taken down, over 1 million followers, such a beautiful soul. Thank you. I'm always artsy with my jewels and I just do intuitive dressing. I really don't give it much thought. I literally roll out of bed, put something on, maybe an hour or two later, the weather changes, my mood changes, and I'm like, I got to put on this green shirt. I had on pink this morning. And I was like, no, I really was called. I wanted to wear this green heart chakra color, and I just wanted to, and it's just suited the mood. And so I intuitively dress. It is really not planned out. When it needs to be planned out for something special, of course, I'll think about it. But it really is fun to just intuitive dress. Yes. Not that it's the best, most flattering, but it makes me happy. Call in your crystal protection. Call in all kinds of protection. We have to know we're protected. I know I'm protected. But thank you. It's a good reminder to call in any kind of protection we need. So do you guys feel satisfied? We made a raw dish. We made durian pudding smoothie, walnut, almond milk, and a fine, cute mess to clean up. Do you feel satisfied? I wish I could feed you, but this is like hanging out. This is like making dinner together and hanging out. And if I could feed you it, I would. You're coming over for dinner. It's a long drive though, and you're in Canada. Well, I would love to have you. I would love to have you guys. I would love to do, just have a couple of my YouTube lovies here. And there's seats across from me. This is an island and there's bar stools. So you could sit right there. And, but this is how we're going to commune for now. So I think that's it for the moment. Please join me on Instagram, Dara Dubonnet. We feel like we have been for years. Yet today was a session with a beautiful woman. And she had her friend Michelle with her, and Michelle was sitting next to her, and she's like, I guided my friend to you, and it was so fun. Cheryl has been with us for years, and she remembered the videos from my mom was passing, and she had the feng shui book I recommended, and she was like, yeah, and I had, it was just really, really amazing to connect with you guys that have been with me for so long. And the new ones, there's so much more to do. You bought the pink Kyocera knife after seeing mine? Yeah, there's favorites on my website. So go to daradubonnet.com. You can look up your astrogeography. You can look up your North Node. You can know your Dharma. Other platform, I know people are on Parler. I know they communicate via Telegram, but I would go to healthnutnews.com and Dell Bigtree. Yeah, Alexandra, it's amazing that you've been with me so long. I mean, oh, thank you, Seraphine. The website's pretty happy, right? It's happy, it's pretty, it gives information. Thank you. Everyone use rose hips and rose petals this weekend. Beautiful. Let love live. So today was a day that we say that I see only beauty. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. And I love. And we're going to blow up the love. We can know what bad is going on and we can share the information that we have. And also, we also promote love. So that's the deal over here. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you soon. Happy, happy, happy evening. I'll see you on Instagram. Oh, freeze. I love that durian popsicle. Oh my God, that's amazing, Patty. Thank you for that and your great ideas. We're going to promote love. We're going to blow it up. Okay? I'll see you soon. Get your greens on.